The reason I hammer home game script or um, game theory, whatever you guys want to call it. The reason I hammer these things home is because it's very important in a showdown slate that we understand, who's going to be doing what and how often. You know, Curry, Tatum, Brown are crucial. You know, they're essentially locks. Some people still may not look at Jaylen Brown as a lock, but he is. He's absolutely a lock because what Jaylen Brown is going to do, shoot. Jaylen Brown, last 5 games, 19, 13, 15, 23, 17 shots. 36, 37, 39, 45, and in a down game, 29 fantasy points. Jaylen Brown is going to give you a chance each and every slate. So is Curry and Tatum for, them being the best players on their teams. Role players are going to be role players. Game 2, Smart, Horford, I'd say Klay Thompson, Bobby Williams, Grant. They did nothing. They did nothing. The starters for the Warriors weren't great also, but when you have Curry on your team, when he's going to hit 2 threes, 3 threes in a row, 40-foot three, listen, we've seen this in the finals for years, and those are body blows. When Curry hits those threes from those depths, those are body blows. They take the wind right out of you. We've seen this time and time and time. We've been seeing this since 2015. So it's nothing new. Curry's the greatest shooter, 3-point, 2-point, whatever. If it's a shot, Curry's the greatest at it. That's not debatable. Curry being a great player, all-time great, not debatable. My only thing with him is that if the game is tied in the fourth quarter, show us something. That's the only, and everybody has something. Nobody, no player is perfect. No player in the history of man has ever not had a flaw. So when I point out the flaws, I try to point out the pros and the cons with everybody because I have my favorites, yeah, but I don't want to be these guys on TV that just points out the pros of players and not the cons. The cons of Curry has nothing to do with our fantasy points. The cons of Tatum has everything to do with our fantasy points. Tatum and Klay are the keys to these slates, and they're the keys to whoever's going to win. We don't really care about who's going to win. We care about fantasy points. But Tatum and Klay hold the keys to what we need to know. Tatum and Klay Thompson are they're inside their own heads. If Tatum could find himself in this series, it would be the Warriors. The series will be over. If Thompson found himself in this series would be over on the Warriors' behalf. If they both find themselves and play the way they're capable of playing, it'll be a 7-game series. But neither of them have found themselves, and it's 1-1. So it's still going to be a 7-game series, but you're just never going to know from night to night who's going to be doing what. If Tatum had his mind together, and he understood who he was and understood the moment and understood what he could do for his career, he'd be dropping 70 fantasy points a night. And if Clay found himself, these games wouldn't be close. If you got Curry and Thompson going off at the same time, it's over. There's nothing you can do about it. But unfortunately, Clay has some mental drawbacks and some physical drawbacks. Maybe from his injuries. Well, could only be from his injuries or maybe age. So we don't know. We're not him. We don't know. But it's clearly what we're seeing. Curry's a lot. Tatum's still a lot, even though he's not playing to his full potential. Jaylen Brown is going to miss shots, but he's crucial. He's going to shoot a lot. He's going to be on the floor a lot, and he does everything well. He rebounds, he passes, he gets blocks, he gets steals. He has a motor. Marcus Smart should play better at home. Marcus Smart, after a loss, will play better at home. So will Al Horford. These are veterans that understand the moment they had a bad game. They're going to bounce back. They're going to have great games. They're going to have great games. It's going to be very hard to get all these guys in your lineup, but Smart, Horford will have bounce back games. Tatum should. Brown is going to be Brown. It just matters if he's going to hit his shots. And Curry, listen, the Warriors can't do anything without Curry. Curry should be locked in everybody. Curry should be 100% owned. I don't see a way how you win without Curry. Everything's going through Curry. We're even getting a bonus this finals because we're getting, after these games, we're getting Draymond running to his podcast and talking about the game. If you're listening, you're hearing things that you need to transfer to your DFS lineups. You're hearing things. If you're listening, you're hearing, you're getting the answers. This is an open book test, and you're getting the answers. Everything's going through Curry. Unfortunately, Draymond might be necessary too, because they do play through him. Everything does go through him. As he goes, the team goes also. When Draymond plays like shit with no energy, the team plays like shit with no energy. It's not a sexy concept, but it's true. Draymond might have to take up a spot on some of our lineups. He's not the greatest fantasy player, but he does get assists, he does get blocks. Wiggins is essential for the Warriors. But he can hit open threes. He plays defense. He rebounds. He's gonna play a lot of minutes. There's people in this game that are very crucial, but you can't play everybody. Lineup construction. You're gonna have to really be, stand your ground. You're gonna have to figure out how you think this game is gonna go. Play the players to match that, and stand your ground. You can't be wishy-washy. You're gonna lose. You can't be wishy-washy. This is a showdown slate. You're playing against, these contests have the best players in the world playing. You cannot be wishy-washy and try to play everybody. However you think this game is going to go, that's how you play it. If you think the Warriors are going to blow them out, you play Curry, you play Wiggins, you play Poole, you figure it out. If you think Clay's going to find himself and have a great game, you play Curry, you play Clay, game script. However you think this game is going to go, that's how you play it. If you lose, you lose. But if you win, you're going to win big. Because if you try to be safe, you're just going to tie with 50,000 people and take home $14.22. Especially if you're playing into Millie Maker. If you want to be safe, you're going to tie with 1 million people. So figure out your game script. Think about how you think this game is going to go. Play your players to match that. But Curry, Tatum, and Brown are locks. Listen, there is a world where you could fade Brown and maybe get away with it, but everybody else has to hit. Because you know what? Some of these games, Brown's shots are going to fall. And he's going to be putting up 15 60s, and you're going to lose. You need Brown. Curry's a lot. Curry's a lot. Tatum's a lot. Tatum has bad games, and he's still a lot. He does everything. It's going to be tough. You got to figure it out. I'm going to tell you what I would do, what I've been doing. I pay down at captain. That way I could get in Curry, Tatum, Brown. If I'm gonna fade Brown, I'm gonna try to get some type of smart Horford, Wiggins, maybe Draymond. Looks like he got his fire back. Robert Williams is a fade for me. For now, he's been doing nothing. He's been useless. Maybe his knees really bothering him. I don't know. I don't care. In the DFS community, in the DFS world, with what five NBA games left, you're one of two things: you're useless or you're useful. Robert Williams is useless and he's taking up a spot, so he's a fade. Last 5 games: 26, 18, 6, 24, and 10 fantasy points. If you pay 9K for Robert Williams and he's giving you 10 fantasy points, night, don't let the bed bugs bite. Early night. Shut your TV off, go to sleep. You're not winning nothing. Robert Williams is a healthy fade for me, and I won't even look back twice. Marcus Smart, I'm expecting a bounce back game. He know he was shit, he'll play better. Horford know he play like shit, he'll be better. Horford's gonna play. Klay Thompson, I've been saying this for 3 months. 1 out of every 5 games, Klay Thompson is great. Is Game 3 going to be is Klay Thompson going to have a Game 6 Klay in Game 3? I don't know. If I'm playing multiple lineups, I'll throw him in one. But from listening to the basketball world talk, they still think he has it. A lot of these experts still think he has it. I don't know what they've been watching, but they still think he has it. Klay Thompson is most likely washed. Probably still getting over his injury. Probably both. I don't know. But all I can do is watch him, evaluate him, and transfer that to the to my DFS. To my DFS work. And from a DFS standpoint, he's a liability. You're gonna pay 11-1 for somebody that's gonna give you probably 19 fantasy points. He's given us 19 fantasy points twice in the last 5 games. 23 you're gonna lose. He's a liability. You gotta pick a game. You think that Klay Thompson's gonna go off, and guess right. Because if you play him and he doesn't go off, you lose. Wiggins is a much better play at 10-8. He's more reliable. 47, 21, 36, 34, 21. Already better than Klay Thompson. So while the media is screaming, Splash Brothers, Klay Thompson, DFS players are playing Wiggins and winning money. Because for DFS, Wiggins is a much better play. Curry, Tatum, Brown, Smart, Horford, Wiggins. My player pool. Draymond Green, he had a good game, but he doesn't have good games all the time. 28, 30, 39, 27 to 29. You're paying 11. You're paying 10-5 for him. I'll take the 39. But 9, 5, and 7. The only reason he's been getting to these fans is because of the blocks and the steals. 29 fantasy points. 9 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. 35 minutes. He's playing a lot of minutes. But he's not taking enough shots. Game 1, he took 12 shots. Game 2, he took 3 shots. That's not enough. I'm paying 10-5 for you. If I'm paying 10-5, wait, I'm sorry. That's the captain spot. Hold on. 7K. Poole, Looney, White. I love White at 5'8". Draymond is an okay play. 7K. Wiggins is still better. I like Wiggins in the captain spot, but that's if you think that the Warriors are gonna have this game where they double team Curry and Curry passes it off and they hit the open shooter, Wiggins is a good play. If that's what you think is gonna happen. Draymond at 7K for utility. It's an okay play. Thompson has a higher upside, but Draymond's more reliable as far as his base, his floor. Draymond has a higher floor because Klay Thompson can absolutely do nothing. Everything Draymond is essentially the point guard. Everything goes through him. So Draymond is I think Draymond's a better play. But Klay does have a game coming up where he's gonna go off. Jordan Poole, is Jordan Poole back? We don't know. Jordan Poole is a good game, but he played a lot in garbage time. 29 fantasy points, 6 of 14, 23 minutes. Mind you, he played a lot of garbage time, so keep that in mind. Looney's in play, but I don't like Looney. What did he play? 20-something minutes? 21 minutes. I don't like the minutes. I like the productivity. Last 3 games, 40, 27, 31 fantasy points, but I don't like his minutes. The thing is, you're going to have to make a stand. There's a lot of pros and cons with almost every player here. I think the only player here with no real con is Curry. But can you play him at captain? If you can make a lineup that you like with Curry at captain, go for it. I think I'm going to go Wiggins, maybe even Draymond at captain. One of the two. I know they're going to play 40 minutes, and I know that if the Warriors win, they're going to be playing well. The Looney's okay at 66. Higher floor than Poole, even though, well, they're playing about the same minutes. Bobby Williams was faded for this slate. Derek White has been a godsend for Boston, because if Derek White hasn't been there, they would have lost already. They'd have been down 0-2. They probably wouldn't have made it to the finals without Derek White. Derek White is 5,800. He's playing a lot of minutes. He's taking a lot of. Yeah, I'm playing Derek White. Derek White is my value. Otto Porter. It's hard for me to get on Otto Porter because now we're playing Bielitsa. Now we're playing Peyton. So listen, Kerr's playing a lot of guys, and I'm not trying to be playing people playing 15 minutes. Grant Williams is a healthy face for me because Derek Williams 21 minutes. He hasn't been doing anything except that one game he had in Miami when he had like 7 threes. That's not who Grant Williams is. Peyton Pritchard, maybe. No, but why play with Peyton Pritchard when you could play Gary Payton for $800 less? Gary Payton played 25 minutes, and they won, so they're gonna keep playing him. Gary Payton is the value. The elites, I'm not playing no. So Gary Payton is as low as I go. I'd rather play Payton and Pritchard in this next game. And I'm gonna go middle of the field for captain, so I could get the players that I believe in, so I could get them in. That's what I'm gonna do. So Curry, listen, Curry's in a tier by himself. I'm not gonna group him with Tatum and Brown anymore, because it's perfectly clear how the Warriors are gonna win. They're gonna ride Curry till the wheels fall off. Curry's in the top tier. Should be 100% owned. If you're fading Curry, you're wild. Tatum and Brown are the next tier. Smart, Horford, Draymond, Wiggins is the next tier. Looney, I'm lying. Curry's one tier. Tatum and Brown's the next tier. Smart, Horford, Green, Looney, Derek White, Wiggins, that's the next tier. That's the middle tier. Then you have Klay, Poole, Bobby Williams, Otto Porter. and that's my player pool. I don't trust in Clay to have a good game. I don't trust in Poole to have back to two good games back to back. Especially a lot of the stuff he did was in garbage time. And Bobby Williams just doesn't have it. And I've been seeing a lot of people run around him, especially in game one. So I'm already down on Robert Williams. So how many minutes did he even play? 14 minutes. Yep. So I'm off Robert Williams. I'm low on Clay, and I'm low on Poole as of right now. So let's go to FanDuel. Not much difference. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up, all that good stuff. If you want me to build you lineups, check out the Patreon links in the description. The pricing here on FanDuel, pretty accurate. I think Wiggins should be higher than Horford and Smart, but that works out in our favor because I'm playing a lot of Wiggins. Draymond is priced correctly. Kevin Looney's a thing. Derek White's a thing. I guess Gary Payton for value. Gary Payton is a better real-life player than DFS player, but if he's going to get the minutes, he's going to run into rebounds and assists and steals and open shots. So Gary Payton is my value for the night. Curry's a lot. Sorry. Like I said, the Warriors ain't doing nothing without Curry. We already seen that the Celtics could win without Tatum being great. So that by default makes Curry the number one play. Curry, same thing. Curry, then Tatum, then Brown, then Wiggins, Horford, Smart, Draymond, Looney. Looney's been a great point per minute player in his limited minutes. I'll throw Derek White in there too. He's been doing his job. He's been essential for Boston to even stay close. So, and then after that, we're going Clay, Poole. I'm not playing Robert Williams at all. Clay, Poole, Otto Porter, and Payton. And that's because Otto Porter's been hitting his shots also. He's not getting enough minutes. I may fade him, but he's still in the player pool. He does what he needs to do when he's on the court. Like I said, if you think Clay is gonna have a great game, fire him up. If you think he's gonna have another shit game because he's washed, then fade him. You got to take a stand. You can't be in between. Because like I said, you're playing milli makers. You're playing these large contests with, the greatest players in the world. You got to take a stand. That's what they do. They say, well, I think this game is gonna go this way, and they play the players to match that. And if it goes off how they think, they're sitting in first place by themselves. If you try to play a middle of the row lineup, you're probably just gonna tie. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, there's a lot of people that give out lineups on Twitter, and you have thousands of people that copy it. The other day, I seen somebody begging another YouTuber for plays for the guy. The guy gave them 3 plays, and he was begging for the last 2. There's only 5 spots. Homeboy gave you 3 plays, and you're begging for the last 2 in the YouTube chat. You don't think everybody else is gonna see it and play it? That's why I'm not giving it out for Showdown, because it doesn't make any sense. You can't all play the same thing. It's only 5 spots. You know what I'm saying? So, if you've been playing DFS for a while, you understand what I'm saying. If you're new, you probably don't get what I'm saying. It's all fine, but you have the player pool. I'll let you know how I think it's gonna go in Game 3. Definitely think Boston. I think it's gonna be a closer game. Boston's gonna pull it out, but like I said, everything depends on Tatum and Clay. If they get outside, if they get out of their heads and do what they need to do, whoever does it first is gonna win. If Clay finds himself, it's over for Boston. If Tatum finds himself, it's over for the Warriors. If they both find themselves, then we're gonna go. It's gonna be a nice, great 7-game series, going down to the wire. And if neither of them find themselves, we're just gonna have this back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Because Tatum, everything. Tatum physically is amazing. It's just mental with him, and now you can see it. You know, and Clay, you know, listen, I kind of feel bad for Clay because he thinks that he's better than he is, but it is what it is. He's a professional. He expects great from himself, and he's not getting it. Listen, it is what it is. But hope this video helps you. Sure did help me, and I'll see you guys later. So have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.